Computer. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you're listening. I have a special guest I'm so excited to share with you today. It's Regina Means. Welcome. And do we call you the Queen?
You can. Yes, I am the queen. Of course, the Avon queen always.
I started with that because I love your quotes, The Queen Speaks. Do you do that daily?
I try to. Sometimes I miss a day or so, but it's always my goal. I try to think of something inspirational or something uplifting, because I just think that's important as you're starting your day. Or different quotes or things that are just on my mind. And I like to post it because, I want people when they read anything that I do to feel good. It's like, oh, okay, it might be somebody's going through something and I might lift their day. So yes, I love doing the Queen Speaks. That's me. Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I meet a lot of people as you do too.
Yeah.
And I don't think I remember when we first met each other. Do you remember that?
Well, we have met, Lisa, and I'll go back. You won't remember this. Um, I met you, it had to be back in 1997, 98. You were just like hit the top level and you were going around Avon speaking, and then you came to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I just remember meeting you, and actually I did meet you, but you were the first Avon ambassador or representative at the time that I saw that could stand on stage and held up this check stubs, that like, yeah, because I remember you went to buy your first vehicle. I'm gonna tell the story. And you talked about how at the time you were married and how the dealer was wanting to talk to the
Oh,
husband. He was like,
yeah.
hey, no, 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 no. Yeah, I'm the one. See, I was there.
That's true.
Yes. And that inspired me. So I was like, this is real. And I think a lot of people didn't realize, but it was that was the first time. And then we really connected when we went to it was the Avon um leadership about 2 years ago, wine country.
Oh, Napa.
You
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
same flight and Timothy Brown, and we just connected and talked and laughed. We were at the same table, and I really got to know you then. And ever since we've just kind of been connecting. And I always followed you, and even you would send me pictures and things because you obviously were following me also on Facebook prior to that. And but I've always wanted to tell you, I remember that story just like it was yesterday, and you were ready there to buy your vehicle, and he was talking to your husband. He was like, no, no, look, this is my 1099. I'm the one that's making the money in the
That is
first.
that was the last time I ever let that go on.
I know it.
After that, no, no,
No,
no.
yeah. But it was then that I did see Avon was an opportunity. And even so, I still kicked myself because I still didn't really get in leadership at that time. I was just
Yeah,
selling.
yeah.
And at the time, they didn't really talk about
Right.
leadership like they should have
No,
and
they
promote.
weren't in my area either. And I was just oblivious. I didn't have any idea at the big corporate they were talking about not having it. And I
Yeah.
didn't know that at the time.
Yeah. So, and then it was like, and then finally, um, I've been with Avon now for 35 years. And it was funny. A friend of mine just came to me and said, I got an Avon book for someone. I'm thinking about selling Avon. I said, you are? She said, yeah, well, what do I do? I said, hold that thought. And at the time, of course, we had district managers, and I called my district manager. I said, I've got somebody want to sell. And she said, are you in leadership? I was like, well, no. And I've been a top President's Club seller for years and just, and she said, okay, let's sign it up. And that lady took me under her wings and just opened up a whole new world for me to
Oh, it's
really
lucky.
see.
Lucky she didn't try to get you to take the stuffed animal or whatever they were doing at the time, right?
No, well,
Because
no,
some
and
of
she
them did. Some of the managers
yeah.
did that.
And she took me under her wings and she was like, no. And she even started taking me on appointments with her and
Oh,
letting me
nice.
start building. So that's how I really got into the leadership portion. But like I said, I was just selling because when I started Avon, I went through a divorce and I was looking for a way to make some extra income. And I had
Hmm.
a great aunt who had been selling Avon for years
Oh,
in
nice.
North Carolina. Actually, she was the first African American woman in this area. And
Wow.
she sold till she was about 99, almost 100 years old.
Wow. Wow.
And I said, I just want to make some money. And she was like, oh, well, you could sell Avon. And at the time, I'd never used the products, knew nothing about them. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And this is how persistent she was. I never thought anything about it. And then all of a sudden, I got a call from a district manager like, oh, so and so, your aunt said you want to sell Avon. I was like, well, yeah, yeah. But that, and it's funny, at the time, we didn't have leadership when I signed up. So she got a $10 check. So can you
Oh,
imagine
no.
what
She must be
she
going, no.
what she could have been
Because
getting?
you've been a huge seller for years and years and years.
Yes. And I started and literally could not believe. And like I said, I never used the products. And I had a cousin worked at the hospital. True story. She became my first helper, didn't even know what a helper was. And I said, oh, I'm selling Avon. I gave her a book. She came back like a week later with a whole book just full of orders. And I was like, wow. I said, people really use this?
Oh, that's awesome, though. Oh, man.
And
You must have been
that,
like, hey.
yeah, I was like, oh wow, okay, so this works. And literally I started in 1992 and I've never missed a campaign. I've
Oh, that's
always placed
awesome.
an order. I've been a top seller from probably the first year. I just love Avon and fell in love with Avon, Lisa. The people, the company fell absolutely in love with it. So
Now, you probably feel this way about it too, but I just absolutely would not have had the life that I've had so far had it not been for Avon. There's just no doubt about it.
definitely, I feel the same way. The opportunities, the travel, the connections, the lifelong friendships and things that I've made that you don't get that anywhere just in corporate America. The flexibility when my children were growing up, I had the flexibility of, being there once I finally did just leave corporate America. I was do some other things part-time, but then it was like I was really building my Avon business. So it gave me the flexibility to really be able to be there for them. And as they were, growing up and now they're grown. And now I have a 10-year-old grandson that takes up that extra time now. So I have to flex. And of course, my daughter just thinks I'm her personal, just babysitter, caretaker, everything, but I love it. But yes, it gives you a sense of freedom and control because I got laid off. I'll never forget. I'd been selling Avon and I got laid off of out of corporate America. And that time, I promised myself no one was ever going to be in control of my money or time again.
So
That was the
that's what made you
point.
do the transition to full time?
Full time. That was it.
Oh,
It
that's
was like,
awesome.
this is opportunity. I didn't go look for another job. I found little part-time things if I needed money in between, but I was like, I'm going to build my Avon business.
Now,
And that's what I
you know
did.
what's funny? I love the fact, so unless I'm reading this wrong from what you said, but when that happened to me too, I got laid off a secretary job. I didn't necessarily think of Avon first because I never met anybody doing Avon full time. And I didn't believe I could. I thought it was something to do with me that I could do it. And my second husband's the one that said, why don't you do more with that Avon thing? So you believed right away, or did something else happen where,
It was just like I said, when I got laid off and it was like, well, I've been doing this and it was starting to kind of build, and I thought if I concentrate and put more into this because after you get that first, I always tell people I never forget my first leadership check was about $15.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like, whoa. Because I,
Yeah.
what did I do? Because at the time I didn't even really understand what I was doing.
Hmm.
And I just kept saying, oh, I only had a couple of people on my team, but I thought, well, if I keep doing this and building, these checks will get bigger as the time goes. And I started setting goals for myself. I started saying, well, I want to be able to get an extra $25 every 2 weeks or extra $50. And it was my goal. I wanted my check to be seven. When I got to an extra $100 there, you couldn't tell me anything. It was like, yes, this is what it's about. So I started setting goals for myself as what I wanted income wise and what I needed.
So you
And
were
uh,
doing like the double, so you were having a sales goal and the leadership
and a
goal.
leadership goal, yeah. And it was like if I can make this in the check and I know my sales are this, this is what I need to sustain. I just, yeah, I've never been a 9 to 5 person. I'll just be honest. I hated corporate America. I went to college, did all of that, thinking, oh, this was the life. And when I started working in corporate America, I hated it.
Oh,
Absolutely hated it.
oh no.
And I saw this as a way to be able to have my freedom and make money at the same time. And that's why I was like, hey, it was a no-brainer for me. It was a no-brainer.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but my last job, the reason I quit and I had taken the job, this wasn't working out as fast as I thought because it's a slow build.
Mhm.
The last boss was yelling at me. I think it must be me because no one says that to me, but and I said to him, and at that time I was living in the trailer park. I said, "Listen, I may not have anything at all, but I have some dignity, and I'm not working for you. You know what I
Definitely,
mean?
yeah.
Nobody's going to treat me like that. I don't care what I
Right.
have." And but that wasn't what you felt at corporate. You just didn't like the,
I just didn't like I guess I didn't like having to be, I was like, okay, I'm here from 8 to 5 every single day doing something I hate. I just didn't feel like I was being fulfilled. It's like, okay, I'm
yeah.
here working and, yeah, I get a little promotion here and there. But then, like I said, when I got laid off, that let me know because I never forget, I had just come back from vacation, had been gone, walked in that Monday morning, and everybody was looking funny. And then it was like the bank had been bought by another bank. And
Oh,
I was like, okay. And I had never experienced it. I didn't know what that meant. And then next thing I know, my boss comes in and pretty much says, well, you have two options. Either you move to Raleigh, North Carolina to take a position that was less than what I was doing.
oh,
Literally had to uproot and I just bought a house. And he said, or basically I didn't have a job.
oh,
So I couldn't move. I just didn't have a job. And
wow.
so it's times and situations as those that really open your eyes. Now, for some people, it doesn't. They just go find another job. But for me, I wanted control because I was like, okay, I have a mortgage. I got two kids. What if, I can't this keep happening to me? I have bills to pay. And so literally I just start looking for a job or figure out what I'm going to do or, how I'm going to make ends meet. And it was really a wake up call for me.
No, I love that you didn't have to have like somebody being mean to you for
Yeah,
for
no, he wasn't. Yeah, and that's the thing. It wasn't someone being mean. It was
because I'm
just,
always like trying to prove someone wrong for some reason.
well,
That motivates me when someone's mean to me.
me.
I don't
Hey,
know.
that's right. It's like, okay, I'm approved to you. Like, you see, now you
Exactly.
get to find that boss after the fact, and then go back to him and say,
Yeah.
hey,
And
did you do?
did you do that?
No, that's what I said.
Oh, because
You
I did.
did
I did.
you?
Yeah, that when I got laid off that secretary job, it was probably 4 years later that I was in the Dreams magazine.
Oh, wow.
And I bought a gazillion of them and I sent them to all of those guys, but it was because I begged them to be in their sales department and they told me I wasn't sales material.
Wow.
Now, at the time, I didn't realize that all of the people in the sales department had one thing that I didn't have.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what it was?
Yeah, what?
A penis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured that's what you were gonna say. Yes.
I didn't know that's what it was about. For some reason, I thought they looked at me and decided I wouldn't be good in sales because of the way I looked. And so I took it personal. And then I
Right.
realized, well, maybe not.
I'll say,
So
hey, you
I sent
proved
him the
them wrong.
magazine and I wrote on the front, I wrote, just thought you might get a kick out of this. That's all.
I
Oh.
love it. I love it. I
You
love
should
it.
do it. You should do that though.
I
You
should
should
do
send
that.
him this. Send
I
him.
know, right? Say, hey, just so you can know, you let me go, but hey.
You know what that, yeah, but my experience, the ones that were like mean or said stuff, when you go
Mhm.
back and show them that you've done well, you know what they say?
But
I always knew you were going to make it. They want in on it like
of
they helped
course,
you.
yeah. So yeah, oh, I knew you were going to make it. I just knew that, you know. Yeah, okay, right.
And what is the first trip that you got?
The first trip I earned, I think, was the Bahamas, Atlantis.
Oh, I remember that one. That was awesome.
That was my first Avon trip. And then it was after that, it was like, whoa. And
Oh, yeah. Once you go on one,
just like, yeah, and then of course I did the Bermuda cruise. I love that that was one of my favorites.
was that the
How
one we had the matching luggage or something for the Bermuda cruise?
yes, because
Oh,
it
I
was
love that.
what was a cruise? What was the theme? Because everyone was vacation like a boss, cruise like a boss, something like that.
Yeah.
And then and I used to love those incentives because every time you got to level, you got a piece of this, and I still use that luggage to this day.
Yeah. I
Um,
wore mine out already.
and I think I finally worn the little carry-on. I had used it so much I actually had to
Oh, yeah.
I finally wore it out. I was like, okay, I've got to get another piece of luggage because I'd worn it out. But yes, like you say, once you go, you love them. I've met and I've had so many good times on Avon trips. It's like it makes it worthwhile. You really get to see the fruits of your labor and enjoy it. And I've loved all of the trips that I've gone on.
I've
Yeah.
had no other job that has treated me like this.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
No, no.
And I
No.
hate it when people say, "Oh, I can't," I can never. If you would just really sit down and I try to get ambassadors and set those goals, you can do it. And the ones that have done it on my team, sometimes just can't believe it. And when they go, they just love it. So. And that to me, that's what I love to see someone else finally seeing the fruits of their labor and that they can enjoy it and like this really does work. So
And they do treat us like royalty, like the
they do.
queen.
Oh God, they do. They do that. They do. Yeah.
I don't
So
know if you've had what is your like favorite part of the trip? Is it like the other reps or I like the personalized stuff that the company does
I,
too.
I
Like,
love that. I love to come. I love when you get there and you always have goodies and treats. I love to always see what did I get? What are they giving us? I love that. I always love like if we have a dinner or
oh yeah.
and you get to dress and the different themes and then we always usually have a party or something afterwards or the little cocktail. I love all of that. To me, that is just so it just puts a little nice touch to the whole vacation, that they really treat. And I think the one that I loved was oh, where they had the fireworks. Hawaii was
Oh yeah.
wonderful.
Oh, I loved all the
Hawaii.
Hawaii ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that.
we had fireworks a few places. I think we had them in Nashville. We
Yes,
went
and we
there
had them
one
in.
of the years
Yes,
too.
and it was like they just really make you feel special, and especially when you there and you just like I said, they just treat you just so good. So I love it. Yes.
You know, that first trip I went on, I think it was so encouraging for me because course, I'm living up in rural New Hampshire with nobody, right? And when you go on the trip, you see the other people who are just like you.
Yeah,
So like you're going to see 12 other people wearing the earrings that you have on. Somebody else is carrying your bag. Oh,
yeah.
and then you start thinking, well, if they're like me that way, they're
Yeah.
probably like me business wise. So if I'm admiring them, I can be like them.
That's right. That's right. That definitely. It's the network and the networking and the camaraderie and just it's just like a family. I mean, when you meet different ambassadors and you connect, and it's like everybody is trying to help everybody build their businesses together. It's like never a competition, even though, yeah, you know, if you're number one, but we're cheering everyone on because it's like I was say, if they can do it, definitely I can do it. And that's what always would push me. I always wanted to be one day I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to get recognized. My name is someone. That's what would always push me, you know. And then when I got the opportunity even to go to conferences and to train and be that was like highlights for me because it was like, yes, I'm doing something that's noticeable that I am building my business. So I've always, you know, love that. Although now I'm kind of like, you know, sometimes I just want to sit and watch and just learn and train, you know, but
Right.
it's
Right.
always good to be recognized even by Avon corporate as well as your peers. So,
Yeah.
but I love it that it's never a competition. It's we're all there cheering each other on and just rooting the best for everyone.
Yeah, I like that too. I've been on more vacations with you than I've been with my brother. And I bet all of us can say that too.
That's the that's the truth. Yeah, definitely. Yes, yes. So
Have you
but and
had
I
any?
had
Go
people
ahead.
tell me, I didn't know Avon did that. I didn't know you could earn trips. And when I post social media, they be like, "You're gone again," and you did what you then they all expenses paid. Yes, all expenses paid. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite words right there.
all
Right.
expenses paid. Yes,
Did you
best
have
way to
any
travel.
other stuff that you've earned that you was like noteworthy as far as like we've got iPads and the popcorn machine and we've got TVs and what's your favorite of that kind of stuff that you've
Oh gosh, I did earn a TV, which I still have to stay a big like
big one?
the
Yeah.
big.
Oh, those LG ones weren't they like
Yes,
60 inches?
I have a TV that I did earn. I can't think because it's like things I've earned so many things, you know, but it's just always, you know, but I think the TV was one of the big ones that I was like, I loved, you know, that I earned that. But I've got so many different things that I've actually earned, you know, that I just love that like I said, I love Avon because you love to get surprises and boxes and you never know what you're gonna get sometimes.
Those big giant TVs were funny because my mom earned one too.
Uh,
So we
uh,
had two of those big giant TVs, but they were out there in the hallway and she didn't want hers. And I didn't know when someone tells me something like that, I don't know what to say. So I kept going, you don't want it? You don't want it? I don't
yeah,
get it.
like
I don't understand what you're saying. So she
yeah.
wanted this little bitty TV. I'm
Wow.
like, so I put the one she didn't want in my bathroom.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, but you know what? She wanted to travel her whole life and never did, and I didn't know. I thought she traveled before I was born or something, and
Oh,
she
wow.
told me late and later on that all the travel she did was with Avon, and I
Wow,
didn't know
that's amazing. But just think, because of you, you were able to give her something that she, and you never even knew the gift that you were
no,
giving her. That's
no,
awesome. That's wonderful.
I
Had it
know, and
not been for you getting started with that little Avon business, she would not have been able to travel the world as she did and take so many trips. So
well,
that's
she was always supportive when she was my customer because I sold 10 years before she joined. But remember when it was called Nutura, the pink face
right.
cream?
Uh-huh.
Um, she used to buy that from me, and a lot of them. And I didn't know she was just being supportive. So later, when I had to clean her house out, she had like 50 of them.
Oh, wow. That she just bought.
She was just
God,
buying them to be nice. So that's so cute.
that is. I love it.
So, so now there's like a lot of people that are listening that don't know you yet,
Mhm.
and I'm
Okay.
hoping they get introduced to you. But did you have some, I don't know, words of wisdom? You've already shared a bunch of awesome stuff that they're going to be able to relate to, but maybe some tips or tricks for people that don't know you yet or some new people?
As it pertains to Avon,
Yes.
the thing that I can say, I always tell this when I'm talking to new ambassadors, I always use the analogy of planting seeds. Avon is a business that you're not going to make money right away, probably like you think. But if you start planting seeds, and I always say when you're planting seeds, those seeds, and you gotta water those seeds. So, and when you water those seeds, and that means you're talking to people, you're planting seeds everywhere, you're giving out brochures. Now we have digital brochures. You're sharing on social media. So you're planting seeds. And what you want to always do is continue to plant seeds. You might not get an answer today. So when you plant a seed and you water it, that you don't start seeing a root or sprout maybe for weeks at a time, sometimes, depending on what you're planting. But then all of a sudden, you'll see a little sprout come up, and you're like, whoa, just think of that as a customer, a new customer. You were planting the seeds, you're following up, you're letting everyone know you. Then all of a sudden, someone calls you, hey, I got one of your Avon brochures. I'd like to place an order. Those seeds are starting to grow. Then you look up and you plant seeds. Now you got a little, sprouts and roots coming all up out. And then next thing you know, you got blooms. Now, what has happened? Your customer base is growing. You've been planting the seeds. People are calling you back. If you're in leadership, you're getting a team built. You're just literally, you have to plant the seeds in order to build that business for it to become full bloom. And I tell that all the time because for years, some days nothing was happening for me. I would be like, oh, I put out books today, or I talked to somebody. No one wanted, to join my business, or I didn't get a new customer this week. But then next week, I could be sitting at home and my phone rings. Oh, this is so and so. I received one of your Avon brochures. I've been looking for an Avon representative. I get that all the time. And that would like, okay, you so one of those seeds is sprouted, it's bloomed. So I always tell new ambassadors, you got to look at your business as you're planting seeds, you're building. This is long term. You're not building short term. You are building a long term business. In order to do that, it's got to be solid. You got to plan it, and it's got to be solid and firm. So with firm roots that grow up and sprout out. So literally just don't give up. It's always my thing is like some people I think just give up too soon. You give up before you really have really started peaking those seeds and started sprouting out, and you give up and you don't know what your business could have been. So I always tell ambassadors, don't give up. Keep planting the seeds. Keep letting everyone know you sell Avon. Just keep doing it and doing it. And you'll look up one day and you will have that successful business that you were looking for. Um, but I think if I could give any advice, it's like, don't give up. We do everything in life. We go to school, we do this. You got to go 4 or 5 years. You don't give up. You want to get that degree or whatever it is. It's the same thing with your business. Don't give up on it. If you keep planting the seeds, trust me, it's going to grow into that beautiful flower, tree, or whatever it is you were looking for.
Oh, I love that analogy. I love that. And if I hear you right, you're saying plant the seeds, but don't just sit around and look at those seeds. Keep planting more and keep planting more and keep planting more.
You got to water them. So if you planted the seed, you got to go back and water it, right? So what does it mean? You got to follow up. You got to talk to people, keep talking, hey, I left you an Avon brochure. Do you have an order? Can I leave you another brochure? Do you have a friend or someone that might be interested in Avon? You got to talk to people. And see, we didn't have social media back then. So we were always talking to people and, trying to get, but now you got social media. You can post and you can share. And I get so many people when they hear someone looking for Avon. Oh, I know someone, they'll tag me,
They're tagging you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and you start getting referrals. So it's still the same analogy, planting seeds. I post something, they know I'm the Avon Queen. If you need some, you have to keep planting those seeds in everything that you do. And that's how you're going to be successful building your business.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much.
You are
Thank you.
welcome.
And
And Lisa, thank you for having me. Oh, I count it an honor. Trust me. Because like I said, I have watched you from whenever I was just starting and just, but to be able to be on this interview with you, share with you, talk to you, and like I said, have gotten to know you personally and just love, love, love the person who you are. And your story is so inspiring to others. And as it's to me, I'm pretty sure so many of us ambassadors have listened and we've watched. And I just can't wait to see what else you're gonna do next.
oh, thank you. Me either. I'm going to be down near you in Spartanburg. That's what I'm going to do next.
Now, look, I'm gonna come to Spartanburg and spend some time with you.
Oh,
Look, I'm
please.
definitely gonna. I'm when you get settled in, I'm coming to Spartanburg because I'm gonna work with the best. I say, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with Lisa for a while, and we're
We can
gonna
go do
build our business.
some events that somehow Tim misses.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Look, Lisa, you and I are gonna go out late. Let's spend the weekend together. We're
Yeah.
gonna trust me, you're gonna be close. I'm gonna come spend some time with you, definitely. Yes.
I can't believe we went right through that half hour like that quick.
And I've
How did you
enjoyed
do that?
every moment of it.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to put this up on YouTube and I'm going to shut the recording off now, but just stay there for me. But I just wanted to
Okay.
let you know I really appreciate you doing this for me. And I know everybody's going to get so much inspiration from what you shared
Well,
today.
thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Just stay there right for a second.